Well, hello the new, it's only me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from Studio B here in the Giggle Mill in Haslingden, north of Manchester in the UK. Studio B has as resident studio engineer none other than Adolf Apfelstrudel from Berchtesgaden in Bavaria. Adolf was at one time a top link driver with the Automobile Association, the AA, but he got in trouble with the ladies, turned to drink and had to resign, and he became a lifelong member of Alcoholics Anonymous. So he's often referred to as AA from the AA, formerly with the AA from BB. In addition, during the war he was gruesomely wounded and refuses steadfastly to appear on camera because he said it frightens the children and he gets visits from the police and things. But occasionally he will wave using his gloved hand. His hand is gloved because of the WAR wounds. And unfortunately he's also a strict disciplinarian, and he refuses, absolutely refuses me any more than 12 digital megaburgers per broadcast, which means I don't have time to let you see and hear my world famously forgettable rendition of Nessun Dorma. Just occasionally Adolf will wave, and he's just come in now, so I'm going to ask him if there's any chance. I can see he's swaying a bit because as usual he's been in the pub for an hour. He spends half his time and most of his salary in there, I think. Adolf? Adolf, are you listening? The audience is desperate desperate to hear you and see you wave. Any chance? Oh, he says he's had a skinful, so he's feeling a bit horsey, so there's no chance there. So we'll turn to our little tale of woe, oh, that must be 6 o'clock, you know. It's these oats, they keep me so regular as a clock. In this tale, two men who work side by side in a factory, and they have this machine which they do this all day long, and they're always comparing notes about their family life. And the youngest of them, he comes in one morning and he says, do you know, he says, I can't believe this. He said, no matter what I do, it never works for me. He said, I come home at 3 a.m. every Sunday morning, 3 a.m. He said, you'd think the wife would be fast asleep. He said, I turn the ignition off before I get down the drive, and I push the car down the drive into the garage. I creep through the door, I take my shoes off, I come up the stairs into the bathroom where I take my clothes off, slide into bed as gently as a mouse. What happens? A booming voice says, what bloody time do you call this then to come home? Where have you been? So his mate says, oh, he says, you should have told me that long ago. He said, no wonder you have problems. He said, you go about this the wrong way. You're using totally the wrong psychology. He said, listen to me. He said, when I come home, he said, at 3 a.m, which I do quite regularly, he says, I toot the horn as I'm coming down the drive. He said, I don't give a monkeys about the neighbours. He said, then I slam the garage door, I kick the bin over as I'm going up the drive, rattle the letterbox when I'm opening the door, I go clunking up the stairs with my shoes on, yodeling away in the bedroom when I'm taking my clothes off. I don't use the bathroom. I dive into bed, pull the blankets back, slap the wife's arse because she sleeps face down, and I say, how about a quickie then? And you know, she never wakes up and she never speaks. Thank you and good night, folks.